what can a prospective client typically expect from a session with you?
Oh, well, I always do like an intake session or,
Mhm.
a free conversation. I call them discovery calls, where for me, I think coaching is really personal. You have to make sure it's a good fit. It's almost like a first date, right? Like
Mhm.
you could think I'm a great coach and we could talk and you could be like, oh, it's just not, like it's not working. The vibes are off.
Mhm.
So that energetic connection is important. So in that session, we'll normally do I have some questions I love to ask, and that's another power of the word thing, like the way you ask questions to
Mm.
really help people dive into realizations. And we'll try to figure out like what is blocking you? What are the things that you want to see yourself achieving? What are the things you want for your life right now? And what have you already tried to get there? What have you tried that has worked a little, but then you fell off the wagon? Or what have you tried that you thought would work and hasn't helped at all, or made you stressed
Mm.
even more? And by the end of that session, my goal is to have always a clear idea of whether I feel like I can help improve. Like, do I think that this is something that we could work on together? Or is this something that maybe doesn't require coaching, that really you're almost there on your own and you just need like a little bit of permission? I've had people say that like that intake session was better than therapy.
Wow, that's impactful. That
Yeah. And so it's not always, sometimes it's not a fit, and that's okay as well. But that's always the first thing, is really curiosity of what is going on, and what
mm,
might it look like? What would we be working towards? How would we know if you're making the changes that fit? And then from there, it really goes it really goes a lot more fluid and flowy, because every time we meet, something different is going to have happened in your life.
mhm, right.
And so I really use, some coaches have like a very set framework where we go through this process.
Mhm.
I choose to let the clients experience their life sort of set the curriculum. And so
I love that because then it's not one size fits all.
yeah.
And like you said, that from when you meet to the next time you meet, so much has transpired in one's life. So to
Yeah.
be able to focus in on that instead of staying in a boilerplate, and it's much more impactful. I love
I
that.
Yeah, and I think it's really important for me, because my goal is for my clients to walk away trusting their own inner knowing
Mm,
at a level that they maybe never have before in their lives. And I don't believe that that can happen if you're following someone else's plan. A
yeah.
to Z. You have to be in the driver's seat. So it's almost more like,
Hmm.
whatever happens in their life becomes what we talk about, what we focus on, what we process. And there are several I, activities or assignments that almost all of my clients will do at some point, but the order is based on what they need at a specific time. So there's
Beautiful.
almost always some inner child healing. There's often some somatic work, and some like affirmations and things like that. The tools are all there. Um, but the way that we use them and what we focus on is completely dictated by what is really relevant to each client in each session. And
Beautiful.
the outcomes, I'm like, when I started, I was like, this can't work, right? Like, how am I going to be able to say, like, you're going to get a raise or a promotion just by chatting about what's going on in your life every week? And then I see the results with my clients. Everything is everything. So when you get really aligned and you start to trust yourself in one area of your life, it's easier to access that in all the areas of your life. And you just start
Mhm.
acting and speaking in a way where you feel aligned and you feel in control. And the words that are coming out of your mouth are the words you actually mean, instead of just one of those like Barbie voice boxes where this is what I say when you pull my string, right?
Right.
And the ripple effects of that are incredibly powerful.
Beautiful. And I love it that you've used the words alignment with permission. It's because it's time that we give ourselves that permission. And it's not the people around us giving the permission, it's our own soul giving us the permission to go in alignment, what means something to the individual. So I love that. I love the aspect of that whole concept of it, that it's very individual to that specific person.